guys, and welcome back to the Newcastle United Career Mode series. We are now in Season 2, and this is the first episode of Season 2. It's probably called Episode 12, though, because we're just picking up right where we left off, and oh boy, am I excited, because look at our team. We have finally brought in those free agents that we signed in last season's winter transfer window, and man, have they made our squad a lot better. First of all, let's just hop into the squad team sheet here. Cavani up top, and as I explained kind of in the end of the last season, all these players are pretty old, so they are going to be going down in their overalls. But I think this season they're going to be really good options just to have that extra squad depth and to probably start most of the games. So yeah, Edinson Cavani up top. We have Luka Modric paired with Phil Foden in midfield. That is honestly a really good midfield. If you just pause for a second, maybe take a look at all their stats that they have. Luka Modric is just really class, even though he is going down in his overall, but still. And then we have Chiellini at the back. He is lacking a lot of pace. See if I go down here and compare him with Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe does have a lot more pace than him, but Chiellini's just defending stats are so much better than Tuanzebe's that I am going to start him. But let's see how he performs, and if he doesn't perform well, then Tuanzebe will get his starting spot back. But yeah, just thought that I'd show you guys the team, since it is much different to how we left it off. And would you look at this, already at the very first episode we already have an offer coming in for Atsu, and I think I'm actually going to accept this one. Last season when we got transfer offers for Atsu, I wasn't accepting them just because Atsu was honestly one of our best players at the beginning of last season, but now he's on his way out. He's 28 years old. He's 74 rated. I have some big plans for some new transfers that I want to bring into the club that I actually mentioned in the first episode of the last season. But yeah, we are going to accept this offer. I'm actually probably going to negotiate with them to bump up his worth just a little more, because he is worth 6.5 million. So yeah, when he is hopefully sold, I will come back with you guys and show you the message. And here is our budget for this season that we're starting off with in the first transfer window. It's not a ton, but it's way more than we had at the beginning of last season. If you remember, at the beginning of last season, we had about like 35 million-ish. So now we have almost 55 million. So that's a huge increase in the club's worth, and I'm really glad that we managed to boost the club's funds by like up to 20 million just from our performance last year. So yeah, that's some really good news. We can really make some good and high quality transfers with that budget and that wage budget. So yeah, let's just jump into the transfer business. The first player who I put on the short list last season and that I am very excited to potentially sign is Alphonso Davies. If you remember, last season we actually couldn't sign him because he had just joined Bayern Munich and he wasn't really ready to leave them right away, obviously. So, but this season he is ready to take another step in his career, and let's hope that he wants to join Newcastle. He is going to be a lot of money. If you see there on the right, he can be up to 26 to 40 million right now. So yeah, we might have to pay a lot to make this deal go through, but I think he's definitely worth it because as you can see from his positioning too, he can also be like a left winger or a right winger. He doesn't just stick to the left back role. He's really attacking. So yeah, let's just jump into the negotiations. I am offering a very hefty sum of 25 million. It is just below his current worth at like 26 million or something, but well, his current value is 19, but he could be worth up to 26. But I'm hoping that the Bayern manager accepts this. Let's just skip ahead and see if he does. Okay, so he does want a bunch more. I'm gonna try to compromise with him. Let's see, bring that down to about 27, maybe 27.5. That's about half of our transfer budget. So I'll try to do that, and then I will add a sell-on clause. I'll add a pretty hefty sell-on clause because I don't plan on selling him, so I think he's going to be with us for a while, and by the time we do sell him, the sell-on clause funds won't really matter too much, hopefully, because by then we'll hopefully be rich enough. So let's skip ahead, see if he accepts this. Oh, he's really just hammering that 32.5. That's so much money. I mean, we can afford it technically, but that's so much. Can I just be like really stingy and go like 29 million for Alphonso Davies? That's like 10 million over his current value. I mean, it makes sense though, because he's only 19 years old and he's showing crazy potential. Oh my god. He literally just lowered it by 1 million. Oh man, that's... let's try 29.5... 29 with... oh, I can't do the sell-on clause, actually, I forgot. I'll just do 29.6. See if he accepts this. Wait, I feel like he's gonna say no to that, and I don't want these negotiations to fall through. Let's go. Let's just go even 30. Even 30. Come on. That's so much of our wage budget. Oh man. All right. Submit the offer, and oh my gosh, he just wants at 31.5. They're really not willing to part with him, are they? I feel like I just have to accept this. That's so much of our transfer budget, but I feel like it's going to be worth it because he has such a high potential. He's almost 80 rated, and he's only 19 years old. So this is about how much we paid for Phil Foden last season, and we still managed to build our team more up after that. So with that in mind, let's just accept this offer because I really want Alphonso Davies at this club, and it looks like he will be if we can get the negotiations with him going. I'm offering Davies an important squad role, 5-year contract length, release clause, well, no release clause, and 70,000 in wage, 500,000 signing bonus. I feel like that's fair. He gets a decent bump in wage, like he probably has been wanting at Bayern for a while. Let's see if he accepts this, and he does. And let's go, guys. Our first official transfer of season 2 of this series is Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich, and wow, that is some really good business. And Davies will fit right into our team as we slide Yedlin over to the right and we sub Mankilo off and put him on the bench. And look at some of his stats. His pace is insane, and he has so many like attacking stats, like his shooting, passing, dribbling, physicality. It's all so well-rounded. Like, he's just such a well-rounded player. It's so nice to have. And he's only 19 years old, so he's only going to get better from here, and he's going to get a lot better at that. So yeah, I think that is a very good transfer. Let's jump into some more transfer business. Atalanta have come in with a huge transfer offer for Sean Longstaff, who we actually really didn't use that much last season except when simulating games. He was part of the B team, but I think I'm definitely going to sell him. I'm going to negotiate to up the price a little bit because he can be worth up to like 18.3 million right now, so I'm going to try to up the price just a little bit, and then I will actually use that money to buy another midfielder probably that will play for the B team most likely, but will have a much higher potential than Longstaff and will be much more fun to use. So yeah, I'll show you guys when that transfer business is all wrapped up, as well as Atsu's as well, but that'll probably be later on in the episode. Atletico Madrid have just come at us with a huge offer for Saka, and we can actually get even more money for him. As you can see, his worth is actually between 45.9 and 67.3 million, probably just because he's 18 years old and he's 80 rated already. But the funny thing is that I really didn't enjoy using him that much last season. Like we saw, he really didn't contribute much to the team last season, and I think if I can sell him for like a huge amount of money, then we can bring in like a really good quality winger. You guys might know who I'm talking about. I was considering buying, well, we have two options. I was considering buying one of them last season, but the transfer business just didn't really work out because I hadn't scouted them enough. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell Saka, and I'm going to bring in someone even better. So guys, I'm going to go after Gabriel Martinelli. He is not the winger that I'm bringing in for Saka. That's someone else I'm thinking of, but I think he's just going to be a good backup option as a winger or a striker because I have put Origi on the transfer list finally. So yeah, let's just jump into the transfers with Martinelli and see if we can get him to sign. Going with an 18 million offer for my transfer sum, no sell-on clause or anything like that, just straight 18 million. Let's see if they accept. Okay, they do counter with 19.4 with a 5% sell-on clause, and I think I'm okay with that. Actually, that seems like a pretty good deal for a 19-year-old who's 77 rated. And I have used Martinelli before in another FIFA career mode I did, and he's so good, especially once he hits that 80 mark. He's insane. But yeah, I think I am going to accept that. Maybe lower it a little bit just to see how stingy we can be. Maybe put it to like 18.9. Let's try that, and maybe edit the sell-on clause, raise it up a little bit so it'll be a little more tempting. Put it to 8% and submit the offer. Let's see what he comes at us with. And yeah, okay, he is good for that offer, so let's get the negotiations with Martinelli underway. Here's what I'm offering Martinelli. Important squad role, which he insisted on. I tried to get him to accept a rotation squad role, but he just wouldn't. But I think that should be fine anyways. 5-year contract length, no release clause, 60,000 in wage, 400,000 signing bonus. Let's submit the offer and see what he says. And he thinks that is a fair offer, and we finally get Gabriel Martinelli, the man we tried to sign last season, but it didn't work out. He is here now. And the deals for Longstaff and Atsu have just gone through, so now we have an extra about 18 million in our transfer budget that we can work with. Real Sociedad have also come at us with an offer for Paul Dummett, who I've put on the transfer list because I have another quality young center back in mind that would be a lot better than him. So I just want to get some additional funds from him. 12 million offer. It's about the most we were going to get from him. 28-year-old, 77 rated. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted on that business. Also, as you can see, unfortunately, Atletico did end up rejecting the offer because the price was too high that I negotiated them with. But I have put Saka on the transfer list, so hopefully some more big clubs will come at us with some other transfer offers. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on this stuff. Dummett has moved to Real Sociedad, and we get a healthy amount of 8.5 million from the board added to our transfer budget. Alright, so as you guys may have noticed, our right back position is pretty, it's one of our weakest points in the team right now. I mean, we do have Yedlin there, and we know how good he is, but I just want someone a little more solid back there, so I am going to go for Emerson. He is a Real Betis player, and in real life, actually, he's a Barcelona player on loan, but in the game, he's full-fledged Real Betis player, so I'm going to go to transfer him from Real Betis, and yeah, I will show you guys all of the business. I am offering the Real Betis manager 16.2 million for Emerson. He's valued at 14.5 million at the moment. Let's see what he comes back and says. Alright, so sell-on clause plus 17 million. That's honestly a bargain. Really, like he only raised the price by 800,000 and added a sell-on clause. Sell-on clauses are super useful because, especially for players that you don't plan on selling, because I won't ever have to pay the sell-on clause if I don't sell them, and it just makes their initial transfer sums go down a lot more. So yeah, he has come at me with 17 million, and I am just going to accept that because that is a pretty fair offer. And here's the contract that we have negotiated with Emerson and his agent. Important squad role is perfect, 5-year contract length, and a wage of 27.5 thousand, and a signing bonus of 270k. So I'm gonna submit that offer. Seems fair enough to me. Hopefully it's fair enough to him. Alright, he does want a little bit of a wage bump, but it's nothing that we won't be able to do, so I'm just gonna accept that. And that is another quality signing by us. We're making so many good signings so far in this series. I'm super excited for our full strength squad to play in our first game. One thing as well that I didn't mention is that I actually entered us into a friendly tournament before the season began. And we actually ended up winning. I did this last season too, and I just simulated through, and that's what I did this time too. I usually just do these friendlies to get some extra funds, and I just simulate them, and we actually ended up winning all the simulations. So yeah, we got about 8 million, I think, in extra funds from that, so that's some more good news, I guess. All right, it is the last week of the summer transfer window, and I was getting pretty nervous that there were no more offers coming in, but thank God another offer for Saka came in, and I am going to negotiate again to raise the price. I just hope that this time I don't screw it up like I did with Atletico Madrid. We need some extra funds. I have big plans for a couple more players. I was actually completely wrong when I said that it was the last week of the transfer window, because I totally forgot that this is the month of July, and we still have the entire month of August to go for transfer business. So yeah, I'm really thankful for that, because I was actually kind of stressing out because I only had a couple days left and nothing was really happening. I was like, why are there no offers coming in? It's because there's a whole month left, obviously. So yeah. Next episode, we will definitely continue the transfer business as well. I think I'll end this episode off with the match against Everton, maybe the match against Chelsea if we have some extra time, but I'm not sure. We actually did it, guys. We finally sold Saka for almost 60 million, which the board has given us a little over 50 million into our transfer budget, so that'll definitely help a lot. He has been sold to Everton, so a little disappointing that he is going to be playing for one of our rivals in the Premier League now, but yeah, let's hope that he does as much for them as he did for us, which is pretty much nothing. And here is the replacement that I was thinking of for Saka, Rodrigo. If you remember, we tried to sign him last season as well, but similar to Alphonso Davies, he was not interested in leaving Real Madrid because he was 18 years old and he had just joined. But now we have a healthy transfer budget of around 65 million, so I reckon that should be enough to get Rodrigo. So yeah, let's jump into the transfer business. And I am starting with an initial offer of 49 million, which I am like 99% sure Zidane is going to counter with a much higher transfer sum, but let's just see what he thinks about 49 million and if he wants any more. Oh wow, oh my gosh, 50 million for Rodrigo? Okay, that's way better than I expected. I thought Zidane would be like asking for like 60 million or more. For a 19-year-old 81 rated, 50 million is like, that's less than we sold Saka for. That's crazy. I kind of just want to accept this right now. Yeah, I am. Rodrigo, 50.6 million. That's all it took. That is a bargain, and he's going to be so good for us. He's got so much pace and skill moves. Like, just check out his Champions League highlights from this past season. It's crazy. 50 million. All right, I'm going to accept it. And let's go, guys. Let's get the negotiations underway. Guys, what's actually going on right now? Why does Rodrigo want to cut his wage by like almost 50%? This is actually crazy. He does want a really hefty signing bonus, but honestly, like, he did add on a bonus, which I just removed. So I'm gonna submit the offer and he'll probably ask for a little more bump in wage. But yeah, okay, so up to 77, but still, his previous wage at Real Madrid was 115k. I do not understand. All right, wait, yeah, no, I'm just gonna accept it. That is such a good price. We got such a good deal on this. He's 81 overall, and he's only 19 years old. This is insane. I'm so happy with this business. This is so good. Our team is gonna be so good this year. I can feel it. Like, we might be able to challenge for the Champions League places, honestly. We have even more good news, as Origi has been sold for a pretty healthy amount, as well as Watts, who is just kind of like a random guy that was not good at all. That's why I only sold for a couple thousand. And Aaron's just one of the other players that was out on loan last season. So yeah, a bunch of players that we either didn't use or absolutely hated have now been sold, and we get another bonus in our transfer budget. I think this transfer window is going super well so far. Now I kind of want to focus on building up some good squad depth, because we are going to be involved in the Europa League this season, remember? So yeah, we're going to need some more players. Alright, and here's another player that we were going to go in for last season, but we couldn't because he was too young. He was only 16 years old last year, but now he's 17, 76 rated, around about 12 million value at the moment. I'm going to negotiate with the manager for Camavinga, who some say is the next Paul Pogba. So yeah, we're going to try to sign him, and I probably won't show you guys the manager negotiations. I'll probably just show you the negotiations with the player himself, just to save a little bit of time. Alright, so Kamavinga wants a rotation squad role, 5-year contract length, no release clause, 5.4 thousand wage, 52,000 signing bonus. Let's see if he accepts this. He might want a little more because I did remove a bonus. Oh, okay, no he doesn't. Just 5.4 thousand, wow. That's pretty low wage, but yeah, that's a quality squad depth player right there. And if you guys remember Bradley Phillips from last season, he is now eligible to promote to the senior team, and he has been working very hard in training. He's up to a 63 overall. I think we started with him at like a 49 overall, so that's really good to see him grow by that much, honestly. And his potential is 91 to 94, so I think it is finally time to promote him to the senior team. He's over 60 rated. He has good ball control, agility, curve, short pass and dribbling. You can see those stats right there. Yeah, so he's gonna offer us just a little more squad depth this season for the smaller games, probably like in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, just competitions that we don't really care too much about. So yeah, without much further ado, let's promote him to the senior team. Here he is, Bradley Phillips, the 16-year-old that we have raised from the Newcastle Youth Academy. And some of his best stats are his dribbling, passing, his pace, and for CDM, that's really good. You can take a look through these if you want. Ball control is really, really good. Short pass, curve, dribbling, we saw all those. Agility and balance, so yeah, he's going to be really technical and good on the ball. 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, not the best but not the worst. Left-footed, 6'2", low attacking work rate, high defensive work rate, which is perfectly fine for a CDM. And yeah, I think he's going to be a future star for us. And just to get even more squad depth, I am going to be signing William Saliba from Arsenal, 19 years old, French, 76 rated. Yeah, you can take a look at all the costs and everything right there, and I will skip ahead to when we are in the player negotiations. And here we are with Saliba and his agent, possibly our last signing of this transfer window. As you can see, our transfer budget in the top left there is dwindling down even further, and we don't have many players more that we can just sell for huge funds like Saka and Origi. So yeah, this could be our potential last signing of this season. So yeah, he wants a rotation squad role, 5-year contract length, 24.5 thousand wage, 230,000 signing bonus. Let's submit this offer, see what he comes back with. 25.5 thousand wage. He just wants a little more wage because I took off his player bonus. So let's accept that, and there we go. William Saliba. He is another pacey center back, pacey and young, kind of like Twansbe and Tamori. So yeah. Finally, after all of that transfer business that we just did, I mean, seriously, we just brought in so many new players. But yeah, we finally get into our first Premier League game of the season. Here's how I'm lining up the team: Chiellini and Tamori, center back pairing. I'm interested to see how Chiellini is going to do because he's very slow and lacks a lot of stamina. So he might end up just being on the bench, honestly, for most of the season if we have talents like Twansbe and Saliba coming up in the ranks. So yeah, but I think he'll be fine with that since he's like 35 years old. Yeah, then our new fullbacks, Davies and Emerson, both starting. Interested to see how they're gonna do. Modric and Foden pair up the midfield. That's like a deadly duo right there. And Urzi on the right, we saw how good he was getting at the end of last season. Our new signing, Rodrigo, on the left from Real Madrid. Hopefully he and Modric can have some nice link-up play. And St. Maximan still up top, but this time instead of Joel Linton, he is with Edinson Cavani. Aha, and as I thought, Saka is starting against us. If you remember, we just sold him to Everton, and they are already starting him against us, so he is on the left side. And I mean, that's exactly the spot that we played him as well, and he really didn't shine for us, so hopefully we are able to defend him well. It would be pretty embarrassing if he scored on us. Alright, here we go. I'm so excited for this game as we have so many new players on the ball now that I want to try out, including Edinson Cavani, who just kicked off. And here's Emerson on the ball now, goes to Modric, another new signing. Just everyone that I pass to is going to be like a new signing. Chiellini, Davies. Davies is so fast, man. I'm so excited to use him. But yeah, let's get the game underway. On the ball now, and oh my god, Chiellini clears it off the line, but it's still with Everton now, as we just couldn't clear it away. Oh my gosh, we conceded so early. Richarlison is just so fast, and they just slipped it through. And Chiellini, man, I knew it. I knew his pace lacking would end up hurting us. But actually, that was Davies who gave the ball away. I just wasn't focusing. Oh man, bad start. I don't know what I was doing. I literally was not looking where I was passing the ball because I was so panicked because Chiellini had to clear it off the line. Well, now we have to fight back pretty hard now. Well, Modric slips this one through for St. Maximin. St. Maximin shoots, and St. Maximin scores. Modric picks up an assist on his debut, and he goes to celebrate with St. Maximin in front of the camera. Oh, they are going to be a deadly pair this season. I can feel it. That same link-up that Phil Foden and St. Maximin had last season, it's probably going to be a trio now with Luka Modric joining in. Nice ball through, nice finish as well. St. Maximin kicking things off for us here against Everton. Oh, here come Everton now with Andre Gomes. Andre Gomes still has the ball now. Chiellini clears it away. That's what you get with Chiellini. His lack of pace he makes up for in great defensive capabilities. Sees Urzi out wide. Here goes Urzi now. Urzi has pace for days, trying to get by Digne. He does. Urzi still. Oh, Digne just catches up with him. Digne is so good, bro. Oh, Phil Foden slides this through for Cavani. Cavani, I tried a skill move there, but it just didn't come off. Oh, Cavani getting into good positions, though. Nice to see. Also, is Luka Modric intercepting well there. Luka Modric has been my man of the match so far this game. He's been so good in the midfield. Oh, strong tackle from Chiellini there. That's exactly what you like to see, as we might have a chance on the counter now. Here goes Rodrigo, our new signing from Real Madrid. He has pace for days to beat the Everton defender. Rodrigo still, couple ball rolls, tries to finesse it, but just gets blocked in the end. Good to see Chiellini making a strong challenge there and starting that counter. Here goes Saka on the ball now. Saka whipping the ball in, and there you go. There's Saka for you. I think we made the right decision in selling him. Oh no, Everton could be free now to shoot, and Chiellini takes a good... Oh, Chiellini puts in a good challenge, but somehow the ball just bounces around and goes back to the Everton player, and Everton score with Sigurdsson in the last 5 minutes of the game. Or there's only 5 minutes left to go. In the 85th minute he scores. Oh my goodness. Chiellini puts in such a good challenge, but then the ball just bounces off of him, goes back to the Everton player, and it's just an easy goal because defending in FIFA 20 is a joke. Oh, here goes Davies now. Gets by an Everton player. He's just so fast. Cuts in the box. Still Davies. Oh my gosh. How do you get the ball from there? He slides in from behind and still gets the ball somehow, of course, because he's on the AI's team. So the AI can defend like that, but I can't. If I did that, it would be a penalty, or it would just bounce around in the legs of the Everton player, and then, like, the ball would just go back to them. Oh, so frustrating to concede in the 85th minute because of stupid FIFA 20 ball physics. I don't understand the physics in this game that allow me to put in such a good challenge and then the ball wobbles around and sticks with the Everton player. It doesn't make any sense. Defending in this game is so stupid. That's why this game has like thousands of 1-star reviews, because it sucks. Really, really, really annoying to concede like that. Okay, and with that last match, even though it was kind of a downer after all the great transfer business we completed, we are going to end this episode here. I want to try to keep these episodes from now on closer to 20 minutes rather than 30, which was what I was doing before. One, because it was just a ton of footage that I had to go through and edit, so editing took like hours to do to put all the clips together for these episodes, so that was kind of annoying. And as well as 20-minute videos are just easier for the audience to watch, and the seasons will actually end up being longer as well. So yeah, I think 20-minute videos are just the way to go. It'll probably be like 2 or 3 games per episode, as well as just some other little business that we usually focus on as well. You kind of know the style I do my episodes by now if you've seen any of my other ones. So yeah, I think that's how we're gonna do this series from now on. I hope this episode is around 20 minutes. The longer I talk, probably not though. Yeah, so sorry we had to end the episode on such a bad note, but next episode we have some big games coming up, including one against Chelsea, so stay tuned for that. Also, as always, if you guys have transfer suggestions, suggestions for tactics or certain formations that you think would work with this group of players that you see on the screen in front of you right now, because that formation, the 4-4-2 versus Everton, did not really feel right. I don't know, for some reason it just didn't really feel right against Everton, at least when we played them. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions regarding those things, leave them down in the comments section. And yeah, like if you liked, and smash subscribe if you want to. That's all for me for today. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.